How's everybody doing? This is Yanko Maceda, founder of Tabanero Cigars, where we believe in the enjoyment of craftsmanship. It's been a month since we came from Nicaragua for Christmas to spend time with the family and to spend time with my friends in Tabanero Cigar Lounge. And I'm having a really good time. I'm having a really good time. It's a great experience being in Nicaragua, being pretty active, working in the shop, and then missing that month therapy of great conversations about life, about where things are, about imagining how the world's going to look in the near future. Because we all cigar smokers have that in common. We are dreamers. We love to reflect on life and think what's common. We always like to be ahead. I guess cigar smokers we play chess, not checkers. Checkers is boom, boom, boom. I learned from my good friends. Playing chess is always thinking of another five move ahead. So cigar smokers, we have that in common. We like to talk about life and spend quality time with good friends and good cigars. So I've been enjoying that a lot often. Coming to the shop, I go every day to the shop. I spend time in the shop around 4, meet with my great friend Keith. He comes in at 4, so I make sure that anything that I'm doing in the warehouse with cigars, throwing a lot of stuff away, I make sure to be ready at 4 to meet with Keith and any other clients that they come in, and we have good conversations. During the weekend, it's a lot more vibrant because you get to talk to clients, you get to talk to some of your friends. So I wish the whole week it will have the same vibe as a weekend. People getting together and practicing that men's therapy. So it's been a month, and I don't miss Nicaragua yet, but this morning it's a Sunday. Everybody's quiet. The energy it's is down, and so everybody, I guess, wakes up and assessed how they feeling, how their week went, and we call them resting, but really I think is getting prepared for our next challenge or next week. I like to believe that. Um, on Sundays, I'm really um, spending a lot of time with me, with myself, my mind. I try to, if I check my emails or do anything on the phone, to do it while I'm having the coffee. After having the coffee, I'm having a conversation with my wife. After that, we look into anything that it needed to be done with planning, social media, stuff that during the week it was impossible to get to it. We do it on Sunday mornings. And then from there, I try to leave my phone in the room. I try to forget about my phone. So every minute that I have, I spend time with myself. These little cigars that I brought from Nicaragua, they were pretty humid, so they getting a little bit, they're getting balanced, and they tasting a lot better. But again, I don't feel it's a cigar for a new smoker. So I'm gonna tweak this when I go back to Nicaragua. I want to share with you guys how in last week I talked about the only constant, um, the only thing that we have constant in this brand, in my journey, is change, always changing, and things happen for you to reflect and go, wow, if this is going so fast, how everything else will be. You know how everything else is changing too. I don't. You know, I drive my working van, a 2017 um, Ford Transit. I love it. I came back and I jumped on my van and I said, man, I wish I had this working van in Nicaragua. In Nicaragua, I drive a Kia 2700, a cab on motor little truck. So you feel every rock, every paddle that you go through, you feel it on that little truck. It's brand new, but it's a working truck. My van here it feels like a Cadillac. But besides the van, the family car is a Tesla Model Y, 2022 Tesla Model Y that is almost brand new because we don't drive it a lot and it's always parked in the garage. So I never got to experience full time. I didn't bought the FSD full self driving because Elon, my cousin Elon, my cousin from another planet, he wanted he wanted $10,000, no family discounts or anything, $10,000 for FSD full self driving. So I said, no, nah, I'm not, you know. And then I guess 2 trips ago, I believe 2 trips ago or last trip, he was offering full self-driving FSD for free for you to try it a month. And I jump and try because I was here in Tampa. And then I got it. I got to test it, and it felt still, 4 6 months ago, still felt a little bit like robotic, like it was a machine driving, like it was a machine driving. Sometimes the wheel will go, and then and you feel like it wasn't human like. It didn't react like a human. It was it was cookie cutter type of driving. And I said, nah, this was my perception. I said this needs at least 5 more years. 5 more years, I thought. This leads this, how technology goes, at least 5 more years. Well, a good friend, Sack, he used to do social media for us. He got his Moto 3 and he shared that he also rent the software, the full self-driving software. And I knew that you can rent it. You didn't have to buy the $10,000 package. But when I was here last time, my cousin Elon Musk, my cousin from another planet, he he wanted uh, $200 a month. I think it was 200 or 250. I said, no, 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 no. This guy doesn't give you any family discounts. No, no, I'm not jumping in that. Well, Zach just shared with me a week ago when he was at the shop. Well, it's $100 now. It's $100 a month right now. I said, wow, $100 a month, but probably a contract. No, he said, no, 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 it's an app. It's an app. Like you go on the app. I'm sorry, it's like an app. You go on the app, opt in, and it's $100 a month. And whenever you go back to Nicaragua, you can cancel. Well, I went in last Sunday. I looked at them in the app, and yes, $100 a month. I said, okay, let's try. I I selected. I connected to the credit card that is on file. And then I said, let me go real quick. The the Spanish, the Cuban non-believer said, let me go real quick and see if um, if it's true that I can go ahead and cancel that it's month to month. And yeah, I went and it says, yeah, cancel here. So I can cancel on January 14, 15 before I leave to Nicaragua and experience it for 2 months. But let's get to it. Let's get to it. 4 months ago, uh, my last trip here, it was pretty. cookie cutter, pretty robotic feel. And now I am so impressed, so impressed. I'm in my driveway. I put drive, just hit the pedal a little bit, and it shows the wheel that you can go on self-driving, and you click it again, and my car gets out of the driveway, makes a right, doesn't hit the mailbox, doesn't hit the mailbox, and turns, gets to the stop, turns left, cross Falkenberg with many cars. He waits a little bit. He's not as impatient like me. Sometimes, but he waits a little bit and he crosses. And then he gets to 301. He makes a left. He gets on the expressway. He gets on the cross down. He gets down on Ebor. He takes me to the garage without me touching the wheel. If someday I'm gonna have a helicopter or something similar, so I can fly from Esteli to Managua someday. Someday, because the Esteli to Managua trip, it's um it's 2 hours and 20 minutes, and it's tiring. I wish it was shorter so I can fly more often to the U.S. and meet with friends, not to be a span of 4 months in Nicaragua, because I do miss my great country, my people. I miss it. I miss it. I really miss it. This trip, I realized how much how fortunate I am to. I always knew, but I don't know. Every trip I get to compare, and I thanks God for this great country, the USA. Wow. Um. So every day that, well, not every day, but at least 4 or 5 days a week, I'm enjoying the car, because my wife says, "Leave the van here. I want to go do some shopping for a Christmas tree. I want to go do some shopping for this," and she's going close, so she drives the van, and I've been driving the Tesla. Oh my God, oh my God! I ask myself, if technology with this that is so complex is going so fast, that this drive is taking me to work, coming from work. We went to Busch Garden. We went to Busch Garden on Friday. From here to Busch Garden is a 20-minute drive, 25-minute drive, and he took um, 50 years, and then the cross down, and 9 p.m. we were at Busch Garden parking lot, and I just hit drive on their parking lot. And then he moved a little bit forward, showed me the wheel, and I hit it again. And from the parking lot, he got out. He make the stop. He got to the traffic light. He make a left, and he took us home without me touching the wheel. It is scary. Not the fact that we were driving by ourselves. It is scary that my kids, us as a family, we looking at it and we go, it's normal. It's normal for us to be having a conversation in the car driving. And all the car is asking me to just to look forward, to look forward. If I just go down, Santiago is showing me something, but that look, and I go like this, it starts going blue. Like, pay attention, pay attention. He not even tell you to touch the wheel, just to pay attention. When you get really distracted and there's a lot of traffic around you, he asks you to touch the wheel again, like to really pay attention. But if the traffic is light, if there's nothing going on, you can even look around this and that, and he doesn't go blue. It's only when you really have to be paying attention that he will put the screen on blue on the top saying, "Hey, pay attention," and then you look forward and it disappears. Wow. How, if if we are already accepting that that is normal for the car to take us anywhere, I was telling my kids, the A game, the M game, it's to be able to get home, get to work, and get out of the car and hit home, and that car to come back here to my driveway. That's the end game. That's the end game, and that's where Elon is going. I think they did a few deliveries already, where from the Tesla Gigafactory, the car went by itself to the customer's uh, front door. So, so I'm going, okay, this is going to be the same. They have tried to do an electronic cigar. They have tried many other things, but nothing. There's no technology to replace this yet. Yet, unless they do a simulator that you put something in your mouth and you feel like you're smoking a cigar. I don't know yet, but there's no replacement yet, and nobody cares because it's such a small industry. They don't Nobody cares. But the question is how we enjoy this, how much is changing, how we enjoy this, how much is changing. Since I've been in the cigar industry, I always knew of customers, with with um, with a lot of with financial freedom, with good buying power. They do their man cave, and in different scales. Some they share with me that they did a man cave on a shed, some a room of the house. Some they even probably show me pictures, and I seen them all. I seen them really simple, that fulfills the purpose, and I seen, you know, a lot of money man cave. But I've been paying attention to that, and 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 the more I talk to customers, I see it more often. I think COVID, it was a push for people to find a way to feel comfortable doing it at home, doing it at home. They select their friends, but they on their cigar smokers friends. It doesn't have to be especially really close friends. It's just that little group, a friend brings another friend, and they do the men therapy on their own man cave. I also have met people who before it used to be a backyard like the one I have. The little tree house for my kids inside with the pavers and a jacuzzi and the little outdoor kitchen. That's it, a regular backyard. Now I see it more often. Not, I'm not talking about social media, YouTube. I'm talking about my customers, my clients that they share, they show you pictures. People that I see, people that I shake hands. They their backyards, their vacations destination. They're so beautiful, done with a TV, with you know, the jacuzzi and the pool and this and that. And people that they're small business owners, um, you know, employees for corporation employees, uh, you know, not really people that before a backyard, it was just a backyard. Now they have made it uh, a beautiful place to spend more time at home, to spend a lot more time at home. I get it, the privacy and you know, it's your home. No one is going to come through the door and get loud, anything, because you control who comes through that door. So people has adapt to be on that privacy, to feel comfortable in their homes. Um, so I I keep thinking, reflecting how those meeting places, those places for people to get to know, to socialize, how they're gonna coexist, how they're gonna stay relevant, how you're gonna be, at home in your really comfortable area, and you're gonna go, you know what? Probably probably you're not gonna do, probably you're not gonna do, probably for the rest of your life. That's that's all you need, and if you getting that men's therapy in your home, in the convenience of your home, you already design everything. Good, good. You're doing it. You're doing it. You found the way to do it. Um, cheers to you. Where I'm a little bit concerned, it's like the younger generations. And let's go to my son Sebastian Macera. He started a year ago to sell health insurance. My son is really good. He has really good people skills. I brought my son since I don't know since he can walk. He was in the restaurant with me, and then when I sold the restaurant and started the cigar business, he was in the cigar business on weekends because I I got I separate from my first marriage. It was done when he was 10 years old. So on weekends, all he had to do with me it was to hang out at the shop. So he has amazing people skills. He has a huge heart. He believed. I truly pass on to him the reason we here is to serve others. So we need to find a way that we serve others and people remember you as an amazing experience. So he's really good. He's doing really good with the health insurance market, and because he learned things, he really gets pretty deep into stuff. And he did it when he used to work at the jewelry store. He did it when he used to work a mattress firm. He was good. He was good. He just that he learned stuff and he lose interest. In here, um, he hasn't lose interest. He keeps learning, and now he he got license and he got everything to do life insurance. But after a year, he saw an opportunity through a good friend of mine, one of my best friends from high school in Miami, to go on his own, to be his own broker. Before he used to work for a Wusha, a company that he had to dress really nice, go to the office every day, and we discovered that they did an amazing training with him for that year, so prepare him to go on his own. I guess the fruit doesn't um, drop too far from the tree, and he wanted to experience going on his own. So I've been here a month, and we're gonna get to what I'm saying by new generations needing a place to meet, a place to socialize, to talk about life, because they don't have that man cave. They haven't achieved that time in life that they can afford to do that. And I believe new generations need places to get their men therapies. You don't do that on a bar. You can do that playing golf. True, you can do that with sports, but most of those things you're pretty active while you're doing it. When you around cigars, you're sitting. You smoking the cigar. Your blood pressure goes a little bit lower. You're more aware of what's going on. You don't lose control because there's no alcohol in the equation. We don't need alcohol to smoke cigars. On a weekend, okay, a sip. I'll do my sip of rum in a little bit, midday or after dinner. But during the week, no, we don't need alcohol. We really enjoy just the cigars. So I asked my son, hey, tell me, how are you doing? What is your schedule right now that you work from home? No, that I wake up and then I start my trainings at 10 a.m. and then noon I try to go to the gym. I said, okay, stop right there. What do you mean by you try to go to the gym? Well, you know, I've been slacking, and sometimes I go, but I don't feel like it. And then I pause right there and say, well, the thing is that if you wake up because you work from home, and then you just went, got your cup of coffee, drink your coffee, the laptop is there, um, you open the laptop by drinking the coffee, this and that. Are you waking up with an alarm or just naturally? No, no, that just naturally, 7:30. Oh, okay. All right. Keep going. And well, and then in the afternoon, Okay. All right. So sometimes you the whole day in your apartment. Yeah, 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 Dad. And sometimes Dad, I close two deals and I should be really, really excited because I closed two deals in the same day, and it doesn't. I said, it's not just you; it's just the rest of the world. That we are so accustomed to that instant gratification that no matter what you do, you're not gonna feel successful. You're not gonna feel accomplished. It's never enough. But you need to understand that you are really young. You're really young. You need to see people. You need to talk to people. You need to have a system. You need to have uh, a routine every morning that it wakes up your brain, that it keeps you tuned with reality. You need to you need to change. You need to change. So from now on, I want you to. You're lucky. You're a pretty lucky kid that lives in downtown of Tampa, and your dad, your family part of the family business is a cigar lounge on the historic district, um, 5 minutes 5 minutes from your apartment. So from now on, I want you to set the alarm at 6:30, 6:45. I want that alarm to ring, and you can tussle around a little bit for 5, 7 minutes, but you got to get up. You got to get up. You got to get your coffee. Leave the phone next to your bed. Leave the phone next to your bed, because those first minutes of your day with your cup of coffee, you need to reflect on life. You need to think about life. You need to think about yesterday. You need to think about plan. If you already planned yesterday what you're going to do today, I want you with that cup of coffee to reflect and think about what you're doing today. You're here by yourself. You don't have a girlfriend. You 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 living the experience of being by yourself, and I share you because I wish I had more time to do that, but it was other or different times. And then after you drink that coffee for 10, 15 minutes, I want you jump to the bathroom, take a shower, comb your hair, check your beer, put some cologne, get ready every day. Get ready for life. Get ready for life. You don't chase success. You attract success with your discipline, your consistency. I have tell you many times that I don't consider myself a really smart individual, a really uh, textbook smart individual, but I am extremely consistent and disciplined with the things that I do in my life. So you need to get dressed, get changed, go ahead and have in the morning, so you don't have a big breakfast and all your blood is going in your stomach, and your brain is empty because all the blood is in your stomach and you're dragging yourself to start your day. Try to have a protein shake in the morning, so it goes really really slow in your stomach. The blood stays in your head, and you can think better and get to the shop. Get to the shop. You have a monthly pass at the garage. Get to the shop. Uh, say good morning to Jimmy. Sit down on your favorite chair next to the window. So when you're in your training, you look up and you see people. And you see people walking by. You see the homeless. You see, the Ybor is charismatic. Get to enjoy Ybor while you're doing your training. And that's not just once, that's every day. And especially on Mondays, you need to show up. You need to show up. And let's see, after you do that every morning, if your body is able, willing to go to the gym at noon when you like to go. When everybody's having lunch and you got time, nobody's going to call you. Let's see how you feel now to go to the gym at noon. Opposite to versus just waking up, going on the computer, and then try to go to the gym. Well, He did it this past week, and his energy, when I hug him and I kiss him, his energy is completely different. And I feel bad. I feel bad for all his friends. They're doing the same thing he's doing. And I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's healthy for a 22, 23, 24, 30-year-old kid that because 30-year-olds right now, it's like back in the days, you were, a 30-year-old right now, it's truly, I don't know. When we were 20, we already the 30s right now because we experienced life. We didn't spend so much time looking down. We were experiencing life. These kids, they're always looking down, and life is going around them, and they're just looking down. And they complain that the days are too short because think about it, you know, if you're in an office, ask for the records of your of your cameras, or if they have timestamps on the cameras, asking for a report. How much time of the 8 hours that you've been in the office you've been looking down, and you will see how much time of your life you waste looking down at stupidity. So when we were, 20 years old, we were already a lot more responsible and mature. So, going back to the man cave, I love it. But the next generation, they need places like the one I have, a true cigar lounge, a true cigar lounge, not a cigar bar. But I'm not gonna want. I don't want to keep going. I just wanted to share my experience of this week of the full self-driving. It was amazing. God, it's been amazing. It's it's gonna be chucking. Yesterday, I came back from the shop in the van, and I called my wife and I said, "Man, I can, I can hit the clicker on this and just take me home." You get you get comfortable. You get really comfortable with technology. Rapidly. Um, so we need to figure it out. We need to figure it out how these kids that they want to be exposed to to more experienced individuals. Like for instance, Joe goes to the shop every day at 10 a.m. Joe is an accountant. He's a professor. He works from home, and he knows he needs to every day go somewhere and talk to people. So he goes every day, 10 a.m. to lunchtime. That will be a great. And Joe goes to smoke his cigars, look at people, talk to other people. So that will be a great time for the guys in downtown working from home to have an experience with someone that has experienced already success in their life. Uh, Joe's been married, Joe's been around the world, and it's not the same seeing things on YouTube on social media than hear it from someone that is a lot more inspirational for you go and put it on your bucket list and at some point in your life to try to experience life. Um, when we were kids, we used to rebrand the stories. We used to rebrand the stories. We were in the four corners, chit chatting this and that, and you would hear your friend that he was saying something, who was sharing a story that he heard from someone else, but he said it was him. And the next thing you know, you will be a week later sharing the story like it was you. Now everybody does that with whatever they see on YouTube. Uh, I got to keep asking my kids, are you talking about an experience with your friend or something that you saw on YouTube? Oh, dad. So, so I feel I have a responsibility. I can. I'm not gonna give up on keep just growing my website, growing wholesale, and because I don't want to have a cigar bar to stop just with a shop and e-board. I think the common generations, they need a place to come in, hang out for a little bit, share their thoughts, talk to older older individuals, and 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 get to experience a little bit life. Um, Not in the bar setting or drinking. I don't think it will be a. I guess through the years I will get a better grasp on what I'm trying to accomplish, and it will be easier for me to share with an audience how important it's the work that as a team, as Tabanero team, we are trying to keep alive. We are trying to keep alive because the cigar industry has become like anything else online. Online. Yesterday there was a customer in there. It's an online customer for us, but during the season they come to Tampa. They come to the shop. They love the shop. It still exists, and he was sharing that he was in his local shop that he goes all the time to smoke a cigar, to drink a coffee, and he tried a leaf by Oscar. A leaf by Oscar. It's a pretty successful. I think it's a successful brand because it's a good cigar. It's a good cigar, but somehow he came up with the idea to wrap it like a chocolate bar. He wrapped the cigar with another tobacco leaf, and you kind of bring your kid back to life because before you smoke the cigar, you breaking all the wrapper outside, and it feels like chocolate, and that thing exploded. You guys went crazy with that. You guys went crazy with unwrapping the banana, the cigar. I'm sorry, the cigar, and then smoking the cigar. God bless him. God bless him. He another guy from another planet. So the customer unwrapped his banana, his cigar, smoked the cigar at his local shop, and said, "Man, this is this is amazing. This tastes really good. You unwrap it, and it tastes better." And and what the brain, what the brain said, what the brain encouraged the customer to go on their phone, go online, and order two boxes. He ordered two boxes, two different sizes of Oscar Valladares or Leaf by Oscar. And then, next week that he came to the shop, he told the owner of the shop, "Hey, David, Oscar Valladares was so good that I ordered two boxes." And the owner was like, "Oh yeah?" And he automatically said, "Oh shoot, I made a mistake. Instead of buying from him, I went online." He corrected himself, and from that point on, he says he has already bought two boxes from that owner. But he's one of the kind. He's one of the kind. We feel more comfortable sitting from our couch to do our shopping list than instead of just going somewhere and buying it and walk with a bag. We going somewhere now to have experiences. You go to a restaurant, have an experience. You go to the barbershop to have an experience. You go to, I don't know, the nail place and to have an experience. Um, we don't want to do any more shopping. So how a cigar lounge for next generations is going to be able to survive just based on experiences, based on experiences. You want to go in and have an experience. How many people we need experiencing that little a little bit of time in there with a coffee and cigar to be able to sustain a cigar lounge in a good place, safe place that you're going to be paying at least $4,000 a month and $5,000 on salary. And how many experience of a cigar and a coffee can you push on Saturday and Sunday when people are going out? Because that's when people are going out during the weekend. What are you going to do during the week? But that's the beauty of my journey to to not give up and keep finding the way to do things. Guys, thank you very much. My name is Yanko Maceda, founder of Tabanero Cigar, which I really enjoy since I found purpose on 2010, 2017, 2010, 2010 because 2007 I was just testing the waters. But 2010 when I started manufacturing cigars, that's where I found my purpose. Have an amazing Sunday and I'll see you guys again next Sunday. And who knows what will I share about my car, about my son. Um, Definitely, we're going to be talking about blendings, different blendings with my wife doing the classes, not the classes, doing the different areas of Nicaragua. I think next week we're gonna talk about blendings too. Have an amazing Sunday. Remember, stop time, reflect on life, and plan the future ahead.